We're going to discuss the difference and similarities between solutions, suspensions, and colloids. So a solution is basically just a liquid homogeneous mixture. It contains really small particles, either ions or molecules, and they're transparent. They do not separate when they're standing. They cannot be filtered to separate, and they do not scatter light, which also means they do not exhibit the Tyndall effect. We'll talk about the Tyndall effect in a little bit. Colloids. Colloids have medium-sized particles. They cannot be filtered either, and they do scatter light. And all that means is that they do exhibit the Tyndall effect. And so when you shine a light through the liquid, you are going to see the exact path that beam of light takes. Okay, and that's because of those medium-sized particles. They will scatter the light. And we're going to see a picture of that in just a couple slides. Some examples of some colloids or fog. If you can imagine the morning on the way to school, you see some fog some haze around the sun, and you can see those individual beams of light coming down. That would be an example of a colloid. Whipped cream is a colloid, cheese, milk, blood plasma, and pearls. A suspension has very large particles. They're so large, in fact, that they will not stay mixed up. They settle out when you let them sit there. And they can be filtered. And if you want it to stay suspended, you have to keep stirring it. This is Italian salad dressing. You can see the different layers. You can see a water layer, a spice layer, and an oil layer. Here's a picture of that Tyndall effect. Notice you have a laser beam shining through there. You have a solution on the right, and although we can tell the light is being shown through there, you cannot see an individual beam. And that's the difference between that and a colloid. Look at the colloid on the left. You can see that individual beam shining through that liquid. That's because those particles are bigger. They're scattering that light, okay? So that's all we need to talk about here. Now you can do your solutions, suspensions, and colloids lab. Let me know if you have any questions.